I want to talk a bit about the group has this sort of thread, this sort of narrative that I like you both to talk about. Um, you, in a sense, bring this social and political into your songwriting, which is not something that you see in your typical cumbia band. Most cumbia bands, let's just say it, it's all about the party, and it's all
Hmm.
about sort of rehashing the same old style songs that we've heard for generations, right? Not you guys. I mean, you're really, in a sense, reimagining what the cumbia songs could be about, what the lyrics could be about, right?
Yeah, yeah. When I started the band, it's not like I was specifically looking like to include certain types of people in the band. It's just I was just looking for musicians, and I was looking for the best people around, but also people that I connect with and everything. And some of those musicians happen to be women, you know what I mean? And so we got Elena in the mix, we got
That's right.
Morgan, obviously the singer, and even in earlier incarnations of the band, we've had several women that were in the band from the beginning. Um, and it's not something I would like premeditated necessarily, but at the same time, one of the things I hate about like some of this Latin music is the objectifying of women. And I remember like Sonora Dinamita, for example. Like I love so many of their songs. I love their albums. But every time I grabbed like a cassette, or whatever, I looked at the at the store, like the CDs or whatever, the tapes. Um, all I saw was women in bikinis. You know what I'm saying? Like that
Yeah,
was like
yeah.
the aesthetic of that band, and not only that band, but they were. I mean, in the '80s, La Sonora Dinamita dominated cumbia, right? And so that was even as a kid, because I was a young kid at the time. Like I was like not comfortable with that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, first, I don't even know what the band looks like. These girls are obviously not in the band, and so to me, I was like, you know, and there are so few like musicians playing like this kind of music, female musicians playing this kind of music.
Right.
And I think it's easy for men to just kind of like fixate on like only looking at male musicians. I don't know what that is. But to me, I was like, I meant that Elena started coming to La Misa Negra shows. We became friends, you know, and I loved her. Like she's one of my favorite people on the planet. She just makes me laugh, And it
It's
just so
funny.
happens, that she's killer on percussion. She's just amazing. And I'm like, I want her in my band. I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to get her in my band. And so that's what you know La Misa Negra is. Because also we're not all just Latinos. We got you know white people and Jewish and Arab and Asian and everything. Again, because it's all about if you like good music, come and play in my band. Like some of them have been familiar with cumbia music, others had to learn it and stuff. But if they feel the music, then come along for the ride. Like so that's what La Misa Negra is like. Above anything else, it's inclusion. With the political stuff, we have songs about gun violence. We have some songs about water scarcity. Um, you know, like that's I'm a political guy. Like all the music I wrote before La Misa Negra was 100% political. And when I started La Misa Negra, I was like, okay, we got to write kind of like fun kind of songs, if you will. But but I can't write dumb songs. I'm not gonna write just let's go dance kind of stuff. Like you know, I'm not gonna lie. There might be some of that in what we do, but it's just um, and it's not all political. It's about having a good time. But when there's a where it makes sense to put some politics in a song that's gonna sound good, then boom, let's do it. And it's just we're not young kids either. We got stuff to say. So
Elena, I'd like you to comment on this question of, that he just addressed all these all these concerns, all these,
Yeah.
important themes. Tell me about your opinion of this.
Well, it was one of the things that I loved about the band. I was already a fan of the band. I would go to their shows and I'd be like, okay, this is a sick ass cumbia band. And I didn't think I would be a part of it, to be honest, until I was approached by Marco. But that's the other thing that I love about it, is that we have something to say, and it's not just being happy and dancing and partying, but mainly to make a difference. With Acosadora, it was about, soccer and owning your own power, Pistola, gun control and all that. Dueña de Mi was also something that was awesome, because that song was created right around the Women's March when, Trump was appointed president. And so that was a huge song in general. And I know so many women that come up to me and they tell me that they love that song. They love the message that's behind it. And so I'm just grateful that I'm a part of it, and that the message is coming across clear, especially from a person. I'm from the Mission District, and we have a lot of stuff that has been going around here, a lot of gentrification, a lot of change, and a lot of political things going on around here too. And so as soon as I was brought into the fold with the band, I just knew this was something that was going to be huge, and that people were going to love what we had to say. So I definitely love that, and I appreciate that so much from the band. And Marco, I mean, he's one of the most hardworking managers, producers, writers, everything. Annoying person as well. We like to mess with each other, and that's just how we do. But yeah, so I'm just glad it's not something where we're just like happy, cumbia, It's just like, let's talk about some real stuff going on right now. This is a different time. It's a different generation. We should be talking about way more instead of not saying anything at all. So that's what I love the most about this band.
You just mentioned the song Dueña de Mi. Tell me about this song in particular. I saw the video, and it has a lot to do with women empowerment.
Yeah.
And that's been going on for the last few years, the Me Too movement and all that.
Yeah, and it was the video had video of just different clips of the Women's March in San Francisco, since it was literally right globally everywhere. But in general, it's just about women having their own rights, especially right now with Texas and the abortion ban that's going on right now. So it's just something that it's just more of saying that you have the right to, be the dueña de mi and have your own power. And, I didn't write the song, but I think a lot of women can gravitate towards the song in general, because, women obviously don't get a lot of rights in a lot of different countries, and it's something that's been happening for years, decades. So I'm happy that there was a song that was about that.
Great. Well, let's take a listen. Let's watch this video as well. The song is called Dueña de Mi, which translates something as I am my own owner. I own my body, so to speak. I own myself. So nobody tells
That's
me
right.
what to, what I should be doing with my own body, right?
That's right.
All right. Let's take a look at this video, and we'll be right back.